Greetings to you. This is the DASK EduBiz Consult, and I'm EduDask. I want to help you school abroad on a scholarship. My details are on your screen. Contact me to the extent that you need my help. I want to be there for you. But you are having a limitation. Your GPA doesn't meet the GPA requirement. Or if you like, you have graduated a second class lower, and the admission committee is asking you to present an upper or a first class, but your GPA doesn't demonstrate this grade. So what do? The essence of this presentation is to assist you, give a better explanation as to why you should still be admitted and offered the scholarship that you so desire. Receive the news of the lifetime that even though your GPA is low, you are going to receive the admissions and scholarship that you want. Now, to the extent that you want to school or continue your education for graduate program, it is vigorous and it involves much work. And so the admission committee would want to examine this and see your competencies and your preparedness for graduate studies. Now, to the extent that you don't meet the GPA requirement, you might fall short of this requirement. The essence of this presentation is to help you go through this challenge successfully. In this presentation, we are developing the factors that you could introduce in a statement that would explain away your low GPA. GPA explanation for a lower division. So we are saying you had graduated less than 3.0, or better still, you had graduated a lower student and you want to pursue your studies in master's or PhD. I'm asking you to first of all identify achievements. Identify achievements that you have been able to attain. Achievements in your extracurricular activities, achievements in your internship, achievements in your research experiences, the achievements that you have gathered when you were going through community services. I want you to mention this achievement. And so in your letter of explanation, explaining the reasons why you have graduated at 3.0 less, I'm asking you to mention achievement. The second point I want you to mention in the letter of explanation is your volunteerism activities that you have undertaken. 2. Volunteerism. You are going to volunteer as a student. Now, education requires you to be of service to the next person. And so I'm admonishing you to take on volunteerism activities. Now, you would have to identify the organization that you want to volunteer with and also its ethical practices that aligns with yours. I could suggest a few. You could check out for Peace Corps. You could check out for Volunteers for Peace. You could research on cross-cultural solutions, projects abroad, international volunteer, global volunteers. Check out for Doctors Without Borders, worldwide opportunities on organic farms, United Nations volunteers, go overseas, Operation Smile, Teach for All, African Impact, Operations Mobilization, the Red Cross, Ghana Wildlife Society, Plan International Ghana, World Vision Ghana, Oxfam in Ghana. These are the many volunteering organizations I suggest that you check out and see the ones that culturally aligns with yours and volunteer. Now, to the extent that you have these experiences, I want you to include it in your letter of explanation, explaining away your low GPA, and that you are going to suggest that even though you have graduated a lower student, you have significant experience in volunteerism, and that should be considered. be a volunteer. Now, in your letter of explanation explaining away your low GPA, I want you to mention your ability to improve on GPA, your ability to improve on your GPA. So currently you have graduated less 3.0. Now, in your letter of explanation, you are going to tell them that you are taking additional courses and that you will demonstrate growth and that you have demonstrated growth. Take additional undergraduate or postgraduate courses that could improve your GPA. Discuss your situation and inquire about any exceptions with admissions officers. And so these are mechanisms that you are introducing to improve your GPA. Now, if you show an ability to grow or demonstrate growth and show your preparedness for graduate or undergraduate courses, your low GPA will not count against you. They will not count your low GPA against you. And so remember to take on the factor of improving on your GPA. The fourth factor that I want you to introduce in your letter of explanation is your work experience. Your work experience. Highlight relevant work experience. And that's, even though you have graduated less 3.0, you have relevant research and work experience, and you have conducted projects that the admission officer should look at. So what you are doing with the factors that I have raised is to shift the attention from the low GPA to what makes you an asset to the program, to the graduate program, to the undergraduate program, and to the class. Your work experience. Take note of your strengths and qualities. Your strengths and qualities. Take notice of what we are doing. We are developing an essay that is explaining away your low GPA and setting you apart and still presenting you as an asset that you are. Highlight unique qualities. If you possess unique qualities or experiences that sets you apart from other applicants, I'm encouraging you to include it in the essay. Did you demonstrate determination, resilience, strong work ethic, and that you are a dedicated learner? I'm asking you to specifically mention this in the letter and set your application apart, even though you are graduated 3.0 less. Of course, you did go through certain challenges that resulted in the low GPA, and that you graduated a lower. I don't count it against you, and you shouldn't make the admissions committee count it against you. Identify these challenges and mention them. Mention the challenges that you faced as a student. Did you go through financial stress, daily living expenses? Was it a burden on you? Did you have challenges in your housing, getting the required textbook for academic studies, for academic work? What was your challenges? You might want to look at it objectively. Did work and study conflict that took a toll on your academic performance? Identify this and mention them in the letter of explanation. And you will not let your GPA get in your way, because you are an asset. Now, the seventh point that I want you to identify is talk to your professors, your employers, the professionals that you are engaged with, to recommend you and mention what sets you apart. Ask them to speak to your abilities, your work ethic, and potential for success. So strong recommendation letters. Strong recommendation letters. Include strong recommendation letters in your application to set your application apart. The 8 points. The 8th factor that I want you to do to set your application apart is to take on some required test. Now, you could go for the graduate record examination (GRE). You could go for the GMAT. That would demonstrate your aptitude in the subject matter. Now, even though you are graduated low, you are asking the admission committee to look beyond that, and that in subsequent tests that you took ahead of your low GPA, you have demonstrated growth in your academic performance. The 8 points. Take tests and do better at it. Now the 9th point is interview. When I say interview, I'm asking you to contact the people that matter, the stakeholders who are going to make a decision on your application. Engage them and introduce an enthusiasm and knowledge and dedication in your field of study. Connect, network, connect with faculty members or current students in your program to gain insight and potentially secure advocates within the department. But by all means, get people to advocate on your behalf, having spelled out what your challenges are, what your strengths are, and how you are an asset. Your ability to do this can also buy you some conditional admissions, some conditional admissions that will require of you to maintain a good GPA going forward. Your GPA will not get in your way. You will present yourself strong and asset that you are. In your personal statement, to the extent that your personal statement is different from the letter of explanation, take opportunity to draft a compelling personal statement that explains your passion for the field of study, your long-term goals, and how the program aligns with your aspiration. Use this as an opportunity to address your low GPA and provide context without making excuses, and that you are resourceful to the graduate program, to the undergraduate program. I thought that you would take encouragement in this presentation, and to the extent that you had graduated a low, less 3.0, it will not get in your way, and that you will identify the strengths, the assets, the resources that you have, and rather have the admission committee look at it, and so that you could still reach your goals. My details are on the screen. While you develop this, contact me and let me be of assistance to you. I wish you well. Thank you. A great day.